As a manager in the Seattle car business, if there was one thing that I loved doing, it was buying cars. And my favorite place to buy cars year after year was the Fletcher Jones auction in Santa Monica, California. Fletcher Jones is widely considered the #1 dealership of any brand in the United States, and they took in so many amazing trades that they couldn't use them all. And so they held their own private auction for dealers, and I'd send my buyer down to Santa Monica and buy some pretty special stuff over the years. I'd always wanted to go to that dealership since it's considered the #1 dealership in America, but I never had a chance to until one snowy Saturday. I'm driving to work, it's snow on the ground. I know today's gonna be a terrible day because it's supposed to snow all day long. The person on the radio says they're flying to Santa Monica, California, where it's 80 degrees outside. And I say, you know what, I'm gonna drive down to the airport myself. I'm gonna jump on a plane, I'm gonna fly down to Santa Monica, and I'm gonna find out about Fletcher Jones firsthand. And let me tell you something, it changed my entire view of the car industry. From the lot porter that I first met, who his first question to me after he said, "Welcome to Fletcher Jones Mercedes," was, "Do you prefer to deal with sales associates or do you prefer to deal directly with management?" I told him, I'm just a tourist, I'm from a competitive dealership, and I'm just curious how Fletcher Jones is run. And he says, let me introduce you to Mark. He's one of our senior associates. Mark ended up showing me the entire dealership, everything new, used, inside and out. Mark introduces me to the sales manager introduces me to the 3 girls who answer the phones, and the pit, they called it, in the middle of their showroom floor, shows me the layout of the property, how they divide new and used cars, how they buy cars. He tells me everything. It's a busy Saturday, and not only am I not buying a car, I'm the competition. He introduces me to the general sales manager, who goes over philosophically every single thing that they do at Fletcher Jones. I tell him I apologize because I'm not buying anything and I'm your competition. You're spending so much quality time with me on a Saturday. He says, Joe, when's the best time to give less than 100% effort? And I say never. He said, absolutely right. Never means never. If you commit to something, commit to something. And so those are words that I live by to this very day. He introduced me to the general manager, who took me through a tour of the service facility. They had an entire fleet of loaner cars waiting for him, a checkout gate. It was the single best run company I've ever been to in my entire life. Changed my view forever of the car business, and it reminded me that 100% means 100%. Now that I live in Hawaii, my wife has a Mercedes, in fact, but sadly there's no Mercedes dealership here on the Big Island. I find out that the Honda dealership used to have some kind of connection with Mercedes, so I call and the service writer says, absolutely, we'll service your Mercedes. We'll even use factory Mercedes components. I ask him, well, what if we need to do something more serious than a basic service? He said, sir, this is Fletcher Jones. We'll fly a technician from Oahu and coordinate with their schedule, and we'll get you taken care of. Fly a technician from Oahu to work on our car. That's what sets Fletcher Jones apart from every other dealership in the whole wide world. So we are taking a look at the all-new for 2017 Honda CRV, which is here in the front point of Fletcher Jones Big Island Honda in Kona on the Big Island of Hawaii. And we're going to start by popping the hood and taking a look at the all-new 1.5-liter turbocharged motor. Now, Honda is a tough act to follow because if you recall, in 2016, they just came out with a new CRV. Sure, it was based on the former 2015 model. It was more evolutionary than revolutionary. But one of the things that was new for the 2016 model year was the 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine with CVT transmission that came from the new for 2016 Honda Accord. Well, the 2017 CRV, after a 1-year change, has gone to a whole new platform and has a 1.5-liter turbocharged motor that puts out 190 horsepower. It goes 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds, even with all-wheel drive, and then unbelievable combined real-world driving of 30 miles per gallon. It's crazy. It's big, it's luxurious, it's fast, and 30 miles per gallon combined. That is unbelievably fantastic. Let's jump inside and take a peek. Well, inside, the layout is absolutely exquisite. This is an EXL with navigation, so leather-wrapped steering wheel, perforated leather seats, big monitor for the navigation unit. Since this is an EXL with nav, Touring model would come with navigation already. This has side collision warning, it has lane prevention and lane wandering warning, it has emergency braking capabilities. This is all standard stuff that is going to be either not available on most of the competition or only on the highest level equipment package. Is just something you take for granted on the CRV. Pretty much every major safety advantage is standard on this car. It's actually very spacious inside as well. Taking a look in the back, well, this is the new class leader in cargo capacity with well over 30 cubic feet of trunk space, even with the seats up. And with the seats folded down, that more than doubles to about 75 cubic feet. So all kinds of storage ability in this truck. And then also it's 60-40 split fold seat, so I can have 2 people comfortably in the back and fold down the 40% side and have huge storage capacity. For a small sport utility, this is really a very spacious sport utility. Let's jump in the back seat. Roof rails with crossbars, that's a nice touch. Now, everything about this car is bigger than the 2016. It's 1.5 inches longer, it's 1.5 inches wider, it's 1.5 inches taller. It has 2 inches more rear legroom. And this is perfect because I have the passenger seat all the way back. Now, you remember, this is a compact sport utility, or at least it used to be. It's hard to call it a compact sport utility now. It's so darn roomy. It's unbelievably spacious, even in the back seat. Let's jump in front and see how comfortable it is there. This interior is awesome. The wood finish, the perforated leather, it's super stylish. It's super stylish on the exterior as well. It has those high rear lights that I'm such a big fan on. Those have been on every CRV since the CRV came out in 1997. All the rage back in 1997 was the Volvo wagon. It had those tall lights everybody was so sprung on, and the CRV went to that same look, and it has stayed with it ever since. Those high rear lights, those taut front lights. This is a very aerodynamic sport utility, but boy is it good looking inside and out. It's so nice, in fact, at the MSRP price of just a hair over $30,000, even with leather and navigation. I'm going to say that pound for pound and dollar for dollar, this isn't just the best sport utility of the segment, which it is by far, and that even includes my sort of co-former favorite, the RAV4, which I'm a huge fan of, but not as big a fan of as this. I'm going to say pound for pound and dollar for dollar. This is the best sport utility available in the world, bar none. No matter what price point you're on, you're not going to be all that much happier with whatever you're driving compared to the CRV. It's that nice, it's that posh, it's that fast. It's just got a lot of really great stuff going for it. Please reach out to my friends at Fletcher Jones Big Island Honda if you have any questions, you want to drive any of their beautiful CRVs. If you have any questions of me, you know my name's Joe Tunney. You can reach me anytime at joeloveshawaii@gmail.com.